Attendants are quitting their job in droves, or at least that's what TikTok wants you to believe. Because in like the last week and a half, I have gotten so many videos on my FYP of flight attendants talking about why they quit their job. And with Delta and United and a bunch of the other airlines hiring right now, here's what I think is happening. So first, the pay is trash. When you first start out, the pay in this job is absolute trash. Our pay is complicated. It's too much to get into on this video, but basically you don't get paid for every hour you are actually working, only for the amount of hours when we are actively flying. So delays, things like that, we don't get paid for that time. And there's only so much that you can research and know on paper, like the theoretical part of it, but you truly do not know how it is going to affect you, either like mentally or physically, until you are actively doing the job. Michelle, who's another flight attendant on here, one of my mutuals, she made a similar video like this. I'm going to tag her below, but she made a point where she said that a lot of us contribute, myself included, to this idea of like the glamorization of this job. But I think this app really pushes the glamorization of it, because a lot of us who are trying to say like, hey, here's the reality of what it is. It's the long days, it's the being away from home, it's, having your first layovers be in like, podunk towns, but then your senior people are going off to these like great locations and having cool overnights. All of that stuff, when we're more honest about it, doesn't really get pushed and people don't interact with it. But the glamorization life, that gets pushed hardcore. That gets the engagement. But there are a lot of flight attendants on here who are really trying to show people what it is really like. I used to keep a blow-up mattress and a sleeping bag in my bag when I was commuting, and I used it multiple times at the airport. The fact is that this job can be great depending on where you are in your life, but that's the same for any job. And if the job is no longer serving you, then you should quit, because there's no reason to be miserable at your job. I've heard people tell others that like, oh, you took that position away from someone who really wanted it. You're wasting the company's time and money. No, you're not. You didn't take that away from somebody else. If you went through the interview process, you did that on your own merit. You got that offer on your own merit. You went through training. You did all of that. You didn't steal it. You didn't snatch it away from somebody else. They have money. They have a problem with how they allocate it. And that's not on me, or you for that matter. So even if this is like your dream job, if it ends up being something you don't like, it's completely okay to quit.